Congressman, we know the history of what's happened at Guantanamo Bay. What will the expansion of this detention center look like?
Well, it'll look like 30,000 additional beds, probably with the kind of a huge inflatable tents that they've used quite effectively along the southern border. The fact of the matter is, federal law requires every illegal alien to be detained until their immigration case is resolved. But for 4 years, the Biden administration simply ignored this law. They waved 8 million illegal migrants into the country and actually closed ICE detention facilities. So the Trump administration believes it can quickly and economically increase detention at Guantanamo to 30,000. That makes sense to me. The people they're arresting now are those with criminal records who should be detained under more secure arrangements that Guantanamo offers until they can be returned to their home countries. And also, I think the administration is sending a clear message to illegals currently in the United States. If you don't want to end up at Guantanamo, leave now. And then finally, we need to remember, this is not long-term detention. These are people being held until their flights back home can be arranged.
You know, the idea is that it's going to offer more deterrence and also encourage folks to self-deport, as you say. What obstacles may get in the way along with the optics?
I mean, obviously, they're going to need additional appropriations, and that's where Congress is going to play a critical role. I believe that every Republican will support them in that effort.
Well, Secretary Noem has said that migrants sent to Guantanamo will still be given due process. Do you know who's going to be in charge of making sure that those laws are upheld?
Well, of course, due process is going to be followed. The Constitution commands it. And we have a very aggressive and well-established legal system that makes sure that it is followed.
All right. Well, Noem has been at the border all weekend long, touring and meeting with the workforce there. Have you been in contact with her? How is she being received?
No, I've not talked to Christy, but I'm very impressed with the job that she's doing and that Tom Homan is doing. I think that they are fulfilling the most critical campaign promise that was made, and that was to restore the sovereignty of our nation, security of our borders, and the safety of our communities.
Okay, well, I want to get your take on this because we do have some breaking news that's just coming into our newsroom from our own Allie Bradley. She's our border reporter. She's reporting this exclusively, that Texas Governor Greg Abbott has deputized the Texas National Guard with immigration and arrest authority effective immediately. Are there any concerns with this, giving the National Guard and using them for this type of power?
Oh, no concerns whatsoever. I mean, if we don't enforce our immigration laws, then we have no immigration laws. If we have no immigration laws, we have no border. And if we have no border, we have no country. That is not going to happen under Donald Trump's administration, and thank God for that. I think history is screaming this warning at us that countries that either cannot or will not secure their borders simply aren't around very long. That is not going to be the epitaph of the United States of America.
Well, these tariffs that President Trump is putting into effect on Tuesday against China and Canada and Mexico is all part of securing our nation's border. He says that this is going to help to stop the fentanyl crisis in this country. Are you concerned, though, that while, helping our border concerns, we may be inadvertently harming our farmers, for example? Some data from the USDA shows that 42% of our farm workers are undocumented.
Yeah, I mean, I hate tariffs. They hurt American consumers. But they can also bring overwhelming pressure on a trading partner to change policies that are hurting Americans even more. In this case, illegal immigration is costing Americans an estimated $160 billion a year in added taxes. It's introduced the most violent criminal gangs in the world into our communities. It's overwhelmed our social services. It's suppressed workers' wages. So as an outspoken opponent of tariffs and an advocate for free trade, I fully support the president as he uses tariffs and trade to stop the flow of illegal aliens and fatal drugs into our country. And hopefully, they'll all come to some sort of an agreement within the week, and then the tariffs will be lifted and our borders will be more secure.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.